Okay, good morning. Welcome to London. I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's start with the dollar index as usual. Okay, so this week, today is Thursday, right? This week I got my directional bias up to now wrong. At the beginning of the week, I was expecting price to trade down here, but they rather went for this high and that high. And like I said, I got my directional bias wrong, which is okay. Right now, we are back. We are still inside the range. Okay, this high to that low. Nothing has really changed. It's just that in that small consolidation over there, price is pushing up. Now, today is Thursday, and they've gone for that high. I want to see maybe New York session to come back down, simply because we are in a consolidation and we are not trending. So I'm not expecting price to go up, or I'm not expecting a continuation, right? We might probably come back to revisit this gap down here. So that's something that I'm watching for today. Now again, I can be wrong and they can send it up to take out this high, right? But like I said, we are not in a trending condition right now, so we could see it maybe come back down again. If that's the case, today what I'm actually looking at is Aussie dollar. I'm looking to see if they can send price into this imbalance in here. Put it on the 1 hour so you can see it properly. Right, I want to see if they can send price up in here. If dollar gets that correction, that's where I'll be looking to see if they can send price. Okay, now I shared a trade idea in the morning with the community, using this as optimal trade entry. Okay, so that's what I am currently riding. Obviously with partial above this high. All right, now the logic behind the trade is we took out previous day's low, we went below previous week low as well, and then we got a rejection, right? And we've cleared all these highs, right? And then that's a pullback. So I'm looking at this as OTE, right, to send price, even if they don't go for this high or that imbalance, at least to come and take out this high. That's something that I'm in for. Okay, and I think the New Zealand dollar is doing something similar, but I'm not interested in this one. Okay, I'm not interested in that. Pound doing something similar, again I'm not interested. They all attacked previous week low. You can see pound traded to this auto block here, and then since then no meaningful movement. The clearest one, in my opinion, is the Aussie. The rest, they are not clear to me, so that's why I've not done anything with the rest but this one. Okay, so this looks pretty clean, hence I'm going for that, with the narrative that dollar could come down for retracement, maybe back into revisit some of this, and like I said, the imbalance on the daily. Okay, so that's the case for all the majors. So it depends on which one you really fancy trading, to be honest. You go with what makes sense to you. Okay, now the criteria for me choosing Aussie, previous week, previous day, plus time of the day, right? Time of the day, London, and we are down here. Okay, so that's why I chose this. If you look at Euro, no clear kind of price action for me to use. Pound, same thing. New Zealand, same thing, right? But that one, it looks clean. Okay, so that's why I went for I'm sorry. I was yawning. I've been up. I woke up like 2:30 a.m. and then sat in front of the screen till 5, and then I went to have a quick nap, and I woke up again. Okay, so that's why I'm yawning, but that's what I'm looking for. Dollar CAD. Yesterday I had a really decent trade here, to go and attack this equal high into that imbalance. Now I think we might get one more drive down. I think from this imbalance knee here, price should come back down here. So that again will be something I'm watching for today, because you can see this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We've not really gone anywhere, and then on Thursday we are trading inside this imbalance on the daily time frame. All right, so what could take place is, if you look on the H4 right in here, that's the level to watch for New York session, to see do they break down aggressively, and then start coming back down again, because then that will mean the high of the week is on Wednesday, and then we could see price drive a little bit lower to this candle's high, because that was where I anticipated going into the week. That's where I was looking for price to come to, and beginning of the week I mentioned that if we go above this high, that's when I'll be wrong. So I'll allow price to trade as far as this imbalance in here, and still be valid to go down. So let's see New York session if they can give us a break in market structure. Euro pound. Okay, so Euro pound, I was expecting price to trade up in here, not from this week. Okay, I'm not saying we're gonna go all the way up there this week, but for long term, right, the drawn liquidity I think is up there. Okay, you can see they're respecting down candles. All right, they're respecting these down candles, and they're taking highs, so it's bullish. It's just, playing with a lot of minds in here before it does it. Now yesterday we did get a beautiful move, which I participated in. I did give a trade idea I did give a trade idea yesterday using OTE, and they decided to do what they do best, which is take us out. But we did have a trade idea using OTE relative to this range here, right? And you can see what happened. So now I'm waiting to see what they are gonna do next after going below that low. Do they continue going down, or is it just a run on previous days low and then rejection to go back? I'm patiently watching, right? I'm not engaging this morning. I'll wait till New York. I like what I'm seeing so far. The fact that market opened and then it just dropped down, right? I like that. So maybe New York session might give us a break, and then I'll look for buy again to continue going up. They did that yesterday. Was it yesterday? Monday, right? On Monday they went down, rejected. Yesterday they went down, rejected, and then today they're going down again. Okay, so let's see if they're gonna reject that, and then we can participate in a run to the upside. Okay, gold. Let me get rid of this because that is done. Yesterday we identified this run below previous week low and move to that level, but I did not get in, or I didn't get a trade because it went too quick, right? So we were looking for a run, rejection, and then trade up here, but it did it so quick that there was no way I could get an entry. Now upon retracement, I was thinking we will see another push to the upside because it created H4 auto block here, but it seems that it's not going to work because the main trend, right, is making lower lows. Okay, it's making low, 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 so any rally will be faded to drop again. So it's not a good buy in my opinion, and you're not allowed to be selling down here. So it's either you sold up there or you're sitting on your hands, because if you try to buy this, the main trend is to the downside and you don't want to be going against that. You can scalp it. You can scalp it for longs, okay, but not long-term continuation. That's not gonna work out. I did get a scalp in here. Break, retracement, 2 to 1. I used optimal trade entry. Now this, I'm gonna quickly share this with you guys, and you can do whatever you want to do with that. Between 4 and 8, okay, between 4 and 8, 4 p.m. and 8, right? Not all the time, but sometimes you will get an OTE to close the daily candle. What do I mean? when the day opens and then it rallies and it drop, right, and it's about to close for the day, that close, right, usually starts from here, that 4 o'clock. So with that 4 o'clock, if you do see a break in market structure, that can give you a trade to close the candle for the day. All right, let me see if I can show you a couple of examples here. So something like this here, right? That's 4 o'clock, right? And then market structure breaks there. So if you pull the fib, from that high to that low, right, that gives you optimal trade entry, and then you just hold it till market closes. And you get your TP right there. No, it went way beyond what you would have expected. Same thing here. 4 o'clock is there, so that's the range. You get your OTE, and then price goes up. We didn't get one over there, but generally, if we are going up, you're gonna look for sell, because the market is going to close on the downside. If you are going down, you're gonna look for buy, because the market is gonna pull back up. So what I mean by, let me get rid of this. If it's an up day, okay, if the candle closed, it's an up day, then you're gonna look for OTE sell. If the candle is a down day, right, you're gonna look for OTE buy, because that is what's gonna cause the wick on the day. So what you're trying to do is fade the closing of the day. So let me zoom in over here. So if it's an up day, okay, sorry, let me use this one. If it's an up day like that, then you're gonna look for OTE sell to cause this wick. And if it's a down day, right, you're gonna look for OTE buy to cause this wick, and you're gonna look for it between 4 and 6. That's usually when that OTE takes place. So between 4, let's go back to this one. Oops. Between 4, between 4 and 6, that's where the OTE should happen, right? So you can mark out from 4 to 6. There, right? So your OTE should be forming inside this time window, and then by 8:30, if it's a really good day, by 8:30 you should be seeing price close a little bit higher to offer you a decent return on that trade. I don't trade it. I wait for the I wait for the Judas to happen first, and then I'll go in. I don't trade the Judas itself. I'll wait for the reversal to happen first, and then I will trade it. Okay, so I felt I'm gonna share this with you guys. And the reason why I'm sharing is that give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm sharing this with you guys because today's Thursday. We are going into the month of July. Fortunately or unfortunately, it depends on how you take it. Today will be, you know, the last day I'm doing this session on YouTube. Um, I've done my best to offer the 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 free members some value for being a free member with us, right? And hopefully you've enjoyed it. But I think going into July, we will be going back to doing it privately. It will not be. Maybe we might post the recording on YouTube, but it will not be done live. So thank you for being part of the journey with me. Obviously, if you want to be part of the live sessions that I do in the morning, you can contact the admin, and they will help you to sign up with us. Maybe in the next 3 months or 3 months time, I'll talk to them and then see if we can do it again. All right. So that's a bit of announcement for those of you on YouTube. Okay, so look at price action between 4 and 6, right? And you are going to see some incredible stuff. If market is gonna give you buy, let me show you something that I caught yesterday, and that was during that same time period here. This low to that high, right? It didn't trade to OTE per se, but due to where I was anticipating price to go, which was this equal high here between 4 and 6, right? That time window, it gives you the opportunity to buy, and it sustained till it got there. And yeah, it was a decent return on that. Okay, let's continue. So with gold right now, like I said, if you want to scalp it, fine for longs, both longs or shorts. But if you really want to sell, maybe it has to be up in premium, not in discount. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend you selling here, especially with how prices doing right now. London is trading down. If we traded up in London, then that would have been a different case, but London is actually trading down, and you don't want to be selling when London trades down. Okay, we want them to go and attack the Asian high, and then we sell short. Okay, if you're looking for price to go down, then that will be the best case scenario. We want Asian high to be taken, which is over there, before we actually do ourselves. And then opposite is true for if you want to buy. So that's why I did mention I like the Aussie dollar, because London is trading down first. Right, let me go on to that. Okay, London is trading down first, which is optimal. Sometimes I do a 2 to 1 or 3 on the start of the Judas, getting out a bit early, then waiting for a break to take it down. But it has been worth taking. If you if you are comfortable with taking the Judas, that's fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I just don't feel comfortable. If I'll be honest with you, I don't feel comfortable. So I like the conservative approach. Let them put the Judas in, and then I'll go in. Um, I don't want to sweat for my I don't want to sweat for my pips. So if I know it's going to be an up day, right? Let them put the Judas in first, and then I'll go in. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to show my trade entry with a tight stop loss, with a 50 to 1 risk to reward on social media. That's not the aim, right? The aim is to make pips. So if they do provide the opportunity to make the pips, I take it with a conservative approach. Okay. Oil. So with oil, this is what I had this morning. Yesterday. Okay. They traded to the level that I mentioned, which was this candle's low, and to be honest, I did not get any buy on this. Okay. Even though I knew we were going to trade there, every single time I mapped out I was going to take a trade, it's either they didn't come back or the time of the day wasn't good enough, right? And if I'll show you here, Friday, I knew we were going to come up here and trade up there. So Monday, I was going to take a trade in London to go up. Price came to my entry in Asia, and that did not sit well with me, so I didn't take it. Monday finished, and then it created this imbalance in here. So on Tuesday, that was where I was anticipating them to retrace to for a buy, and again, it didn't give me anything. On Tuesday ending, Monday ending going into Tuesday. No, actually, it was Tuesday. Once Tuesday ended, right, the profit level was still to be tapped. So this high to this low, I was looking for OTE to take me up there, and again, you can see price never came there, and then it just went up. So I did not get anything in this rally to that level. Okay, I didn't get anything. Now that they've broken down, right, I'm anticipating a run back for this low. Okay, so you can see we have a breaking structure here, and then I'm selling this imbalance, right, to go to where I wanted to buy initially to go up, and then maybe once we get there, it will offer another retracement, and then we look for price to come and attack these lows. So oil draw on liquidity is down here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, So that's what I'm anticipating. Now we are in London and we've traded back into this imbalance. It traded to it in Asia here, and then back to it again in London. So I'm looking for continuation to the downside to trade this up candle. That's the breaker right there. Okay, that's where I'm anticipating partial, and then the rest is going to be bonus because today is Thursday, right? I could be wrong, and then it can spike all the way back up again. So I'm looking to get most of the profit out here, and then I'll just leave the rest with a stop at break even. I'll leave the rest, and then going into next week I will continue looking for price to come down here. Maybe you can do that all this week, who knows, because this market is moving around like like a headless chicken, right? It's crazy. This month of June, especially this last 2 weeks, it's been it's been wonderful. If you've been trading this whole month of June, you've noticed that it's been wonderful. Okay, cryptos, Bitcoin, we are back to square one. Anyone that hoped that we were going to go up now is probably rethinking about it, because we knew price was gonna drop down here. Okay, from yesterday, I mentioned, not yesterday, Monday, I think you guys were here. I said that if we break down, this is gonna offer a short-term bounce, and then we will continue going down. Why? Because we took out this high, and this is a pattern that you might wanna take notice of it, right? If price is going up, notice that it's making right there, we made a new high. Okay, so we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, and we have a low, we have a high. The moment this low gets taken, okay, the moment that low gets taken, notice how aggressive it was. Okay, this is what we call the change in the state of delivery. From that moment, your draw on liquidity is this low here, because this is the origin of that whole move. Now on the higher time frame, that's something different. So on your higher time frame, you can do this, that's the last impulse, right? So this, that, this, and that. Okay, so same thing, this is the last low, making that impulse leg. Notice how aggressive is going below that low. So then the draw on liquidity will be the origin of that move, right? So I think in the past I have given to my members in the form of a diagram. Okay, I have this on my wall. If I had a way to show you bear with me. If I had a way to show you my trading office, then you will see on my wall, it's a big printed out image on my wall. I don't know why my mouse. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. this is how I have it. Oops. So your first objective is going to be here, and then you're gonna collapse everything there. That's your first objective, and then you collapse everything here. So you can use paint to draw it out nicely, which is what I did, and then hunt for it. Okay, both on the upside and on the downside. On the downside would be, we have this. So you're interested in the impulse legs, right, that price is making, and then the moment we break, now this is going to be dependent on the trend. If the trend is bearish, then you're gonna look up here and then continuation. If the trend is bullish, then you're gonna look for, oops, you're gonna look for, I don't know why I'm drawing that. You're gonna look for that to continue. Okay. So I have one example playing out right now, which is here. I saw this yesterday. So we had price on the lower time frame, right? We went up, and last up here, and then we broke down. Okay, so once we broke down, this will become the impulse leg. Because it's bullish, I had two targets, right? One is here, which you can see it has nailed it, and then one is below the original consolidation. So what I'm looking for is that because we are bullish, I'm allowing myself to take partial at OTE, which if I'm wrong with my assumption that it's a reversal, then I get paid here. Okay, I get paid here. But if I'm right with my assumption that it's a reversal, then I'll get paid more down here. Okay, so then if this happens, then I start looking at the bigger picture, because this is the 15 minutes time frame. That's how I identify it. Oops, too many drawings. Yep, on that one. Okay, because I identify it on the 15 minutes time frame, right? So if I identify it on the 15 minutes time frame, then it could be that on the 1 hour, that can be okay. On the 1 hour, that can be something that might also happen. So on the 1 hour, you can see we had this one here, this one making a new high. So high, low, high, low, high, break. Where did it start from? Here. So it could be another reversal on the 1 hour time frame that can also pay OTE on this one down here, right? So you might want to take, oops, you might want to take notice or take note of that pattern that I drew here. All right, it's very powerful if you know what you're looking for in terms of trend. This is going to be the icing on the cake for you. Okay, so that same thing, Ethereum, we did identify that same thing here, right? Let me go on to the other one. Let me put it on the one now. There you go. So we start from here. We have a low, we have a high, a low, we break, pull back, up, 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 and break. Right there. That was the beginning, but yes, exactly. That was the beginning of the drive down. But this one here, okay, this time frame is 1 hour. So this here is a 15 minutes structure break. It's not the higher time frame. This is a 15-minute structure break. So if I go into the 15 minutes right here, that this break here is gonna target this low, and you can see it did it right there. Okay, then once this low is properly taken, then that's when the higher time frame also kicked in. So which one should I use? Brush. Once this low was taken, right, then we use PD array, which is this equal high, this being a fake run, this being a break. So then where did it start from? It started from here. Break, pull back, it's gonna attack this one. Yes, the pattern is a MMB or MMS. Okay, so you're gonna also look at the higher time frame and see that same pattern. Right, so this is the low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, low, high, break. So on the 1 hour, sorry, on the higher time frame, you're gonna be using this one to target OTE, which is roughly here. Or you can go for the imbalance here as well, which is still OTE, right? And then potentially this low. Why? Because price is overall bearish. We are not bullish. All right, so that's that for you guys. I'm dropping a lot of gem for you for today because, you know, I'm leaving you guys in peace. I'm not leaving you, but for you on YouTube, you might not get the opportunity to look at this. Hi IT, how far back do you start analyzing market structure or market profile to see the current condition of a trade idea on, let's say, 1 hour? You're always gonna have to look at the higher time frame, obviously, to see where the market is going. If you ignore the higher time frame, you're gonna struggle. So always have the higher time frame market structure known to you. So on the higher time frame, what's the current narrative? Is it going up or is it going down? Okay, you start from there before you start going into the lower time frame to look at whatever you want to look at. If you do the opposite, you're gonna get crushed. So you know, and I know, that this market is bearish. On the higher time frame, it's bearish. So you're not going to be excited with small retracements like this. You're not going to be excited. Why? because it's overall bearish. So if it's bouncing or if it's retracing, the next move that can unfold will be an aggressive move to the downside, and you don't know when unless you know and understand what I'm talking about here. When market structure break, you can see what it's trying to do in advance before it actually does it. Okay, so if you're wrong with your analysis to the upside, you can get out and avoid being hurt. So you don't start on the 1 hour. If you want to trade the 1 hour, you're gonna start looking at the higher time frame daily minimum to see or have a feel of what the daily is trying to do. So I think we looked at this the last time, and they dipped into this, which is a weekly imbalance here, and broke down, and then pull back, sell, pull back, sell, pull back, sell. All right, let's go over here. All right, so this is also another trade idea that we actually still in. I don't like Swiss pairs. It's just so annoying. Look how many times it's staying in that area. We have actually taken partial, which is important, but we're gonna see how it's gonna unfold going forward. Okay, so we are looking for price to come up here next for another partial, and then we will see if it's gonna go for this equal high. All right, and look at what happened yesterday, because I actually, this pattern is, it's, if we classify I know what I'm gonna say is a little bit controversial and funny, but it is what it is. Okay, just take it as a pinch of salt. If you classify patterns into women, the market maker buy and sell model is the most beautiful women in the world, right? So if you are from whichever country you are from, right, obviously you are going to say your women are the most beautiful in the world. So that's what market maker buy and sell model is to me. If I was going to trade anything, right, it's always going to be this pattern here, because it makes a lot of sense in a way, and it's not the word I'm looking for is not coming, so I'll leave it that way. But here, okay, watch, do the swing highs and swing lows that I did right here, and then you will see right here we made a new high above that from this low. At the moment we broke down, where did price go? OTE. And we were ready to do what? Right? We were ready to scoop that at OTE. Okay? Over here, if you watch, this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, this low, and then boom, break. So that's what made this area a high probability level. Why? It's like same thing here, okay, but they traded there. Here they never traded here, so that's what makes this area a good area. And now, again, I'm giving you guys the whole shebang. today. And make sure that if you want to, learn more, you contact the admin, or if you're in the Discord channel, just DM me, okay, and I'll make sure you get fixed. But notice this area, right? The moment we broke higher, price never got back here. This was the first time. So you can classify or quantify, whichever English language you want to use, this area as a virgin. This area is not virgin. Okay, so if we go up there, we can potentially take out this high. But when price is coming down here, because it's never traded here, right? That's why we get the opportunity to get, even if we don't go all the way up to where we're expecting it to go, we get a profitable trade for the week in this area. All right, so if you're going to learn more about the market maker, right, I'm gonna draw it again. Here you wanna classify it or quantify it. Like I said, you use whichever language you want to use. Did they trade in here before price went up after the break? If they did, when it's coming back, okay, be mindful, because it can go and attack this low. If they did not trade here, then that gives you the opportunity to get a trade idea in here. So the same thing you're gonna do on the upside. If they break down and then they trade in here before coming down, this makes this area what? It's not virgin. I'll use that word. Right, it's not virgin. So if price is coming back up, it can go and attack this high. All right, so that's what we did here. Now there will be times that even the virgin ones can be broken, okay, but overall it might offer you some kind of a trade idea down there before they do it. And to give you an example, let's actually look at Euro Pound 15 minutes. In here, okay, they broke, and then you can see they never traded back down here. So if I extend that area there, notice that price stays quite a lot in there. So even though ultimately it broke it, that still gives you an opportunity to enjoy some trading in here, okay, and then it broke it. But most of the time, okay, with a bullish market, you will get a reversal to unfold here, and then we go back up. All right, this pair is being a whatever it wants to be. I think it went to an imbalance on the H4. That's why here, that's why it's aggressive move. Okay, could you go over NIE and AVAX? Yeah, I'm on alpha mode. The reason why is because today, I mentioned today it's our last today's our last day of doing free session on YouTube. So I'm giving a lot of value so that they will appreciate us. Let's go and look at AVAX. Okay. Sometimes my keyboard doesn't want to work. I use a wireless keyboard and sometimes it's just a pain. There you go. AVAX. All right. Okay, so based on what I shared, I think I still have the line there, do I? No, I think I got rid of it. Here, I think we talked about this high, and I had these areas marked, and I said we could see price trade here and or here, and then you can anticipate what? A breaking market structure to go back up. Why? Because the daily is bullish. Okay, we took out this low, break this high, so price coming back here, that can give you a breaking market structure. But if it doesn't, then what's it going to do? It's going to attack the equal low, right? So the whole idea of understanding the market maker buy and sell model is to know that your best exit is going to be at OTE, regardless of where the trend is. Your best exit is going to be at OTE, and then if you are bullish, you're gonna close the trade and wait for a breaking market structure. You're not just gonna randomly buy, especially on the high time frame like this. You're not gonna be buying here with a stop loss below the low and then expect that. Okay, if you do this, then you're gonna get chopped up. So the idea will be, okay, steady the market structure coming down into OTE, mark out the highs as it's dropping, and then the moment you get a shift, then you engage. Okay, if you don't get a shift, you don't engage. As a matter of fact, if you don't get a shift, what does it mean? It means that it's gonna try and gang for the original consolidation, which you can clearly see is this equal low. So now that they've taken this low, maybe it's gonna bounce. It's gonna give a bounce and then ultimately attack this, because the trend is bearish. Okay, from the weekly time frame, the trend is bearish. It might wanna come back down in here and close in this void. So this is just a small giving a relief to anyone that is trying to get out of emotional pain of holding on to a buy. I don't know who'll be holding on to a buy, but some people will in this market. I've done it before. Okay, I've done it before. I've held onto longs even though the market was going down, right? So some people do, and then this will give them a relief, and then they punish them again. So I think this move here is just a relief, and then they'll continue going down. It's also trading back inside an auto block, just so you know. Okay, so I won't write out, because it's a weekly time frame, I will not write out the fact that we could get another bounce inside that weekly auto block here. So this low to this high, okay, on its own, that's OTE. Oops. And this low here is sell side liquidity. It's liquidity in the market. So we could take this low out, and on the lower time frame, okay, for those of you that are buyers, it could offer you what? A buy, because it's trading at a discount, taking sell side liquidity on the daily time frame that can offer you a potential buy. So if you if you like buying, let's say an aggressive, not a shallow run, you want an aggressive move above a short-term high, pull back and then attempt a long. Okay, let's go to AVAX. No, let's go to knee, and it will be the same thing for this as well. This was beautiful. Look at that, man. Nothing beats market maker. Pull back, sell. Pull back, sell. And if we had pulled back in here, that would have been under sell, but it couldn't because of this. And then boom. I think it will take out this low here. Once it does it, again, you can look and see if it's gonna give you a potential breaking structure, and then scalp it. Don't buy thinking we're gonna come back up here. Okay, just scalp it. I like this level right there, and this. Two interesting levels. If you buy partial, and then maybe it will continue going down depending on how price moves up. But on your 1 hour time frame, you can see this is your impulse leg. So for price to break to come maybe up here, this high needs to go first. So on your lower time frame, 5-15, if a breaking market structure happens, it can give you a scalp to come here, but not up here. Okay. Oh, I need to go and take another nap. Oil is playing nicely. Any more questions? Cause it's 10:30. Man, at least for this week we've got a decent trade on Caswix. Oh, at least I forgot the yen. At the beginning of the week, this is what we were anticipating. It went very close to our stop loss, very close. Okay, now let me, oops, I don't like this at all. After this I'm changing it. I can't see anything. Hang on, it's not good. Woohoo! It didn't change. Yay. Alright. Oops. What have I done? Give me a second, guys. I'm doing something over here and it's messing me up. I'm doing something here and it's messing me up. Oh well, I guess I have to deal with that later. Okay, so you guys will have the privilege to see what I do. Anyway, I'm gonna take you off from this screen. If you don't have, yeah, it's not gonna bring it. Let me see if I create another scene. Display capture. And there you go. Let me see if you can see it. You can see me adjusting my screen, right? There you go. So this is how I start the week. Okay, this is how I start the week. Obviously, sorry, that you're not gonna get access to. You can just see it for now. I want you to look at this and that one. So when I prepare for the week, right, this is how I prepare. I was looking for dollar to be weak, euro to be bullish, pound to be bullish. I don't trade those ones, okay? I just outline it because I want to be aware. And then the main one that I focus on is over here. So for the week, I was bearish on CAD. And at the beginning of the week, you can see it went down. So it did trade to almost my TP for the week and then rejected. And then pound and Aussie yen, those were the main two pairs I was gonna trade this week, which I shared with them. And then oil for a buy to go to that level that I showed you. And then I took the screenshot of what I was expecting. So pound yen, this is what I was expecting. This is Aussie yen, that's what I was expecting. Okay, for the weekly profile. So I was anticipating a run up, and then a drop. And then for oil, I was looking for price to trade to this level to trade up into the level that I showed you on oil. Okay, and then down here, this is the CAD Swiss. Okay, so down here, before even the week started, I already anticipated that I was going to buy down there. And then Aussie Swiss, if you go and check Aussie Swiss, that also gave a really decent trade at that level. Okay, so that's how I prepared for um, the week. Okay, so you can do something like this. That's my journal. Okay, and you prepare yourself for every single trading month and every single trading week, and then a monthly recap. Okay, so again, giving you the whole shebang for this week. Right, so this is the pound yen. Right, almost now, depending on the broker that you use. Right, almost is one pip, and then price dive down. The Aussie yen, same thing. That actually went and took out the high, and then broke down. And you can see so far, big rejection Tuesday, and we are gravitating towards that partial profit level. And then the CAD Swiss, this is where we at. That was the level. The stop was down here, but we've actually adjusted it. Okay, and oil, that buy was exactly here. So the level that you saw me highlight was this one here, and the target was this candle's low for Monday. And obviously, because I'm bullish for the week, the target was this candle's low. Okay, so that's how I prepare for the week. Let me go and look at Euro Yen, and then we will be wrapping up. Let's have a look. Euro Yen. Ooh, nice. Break. Retracement. OTE. Where is it gonna go? OTE on the downside, and or the original consolidation. So we are currently at OTE, so that's where partial profit should be taken, and then you hope and pray. If you are bearish, you hope and pray we go and attack this low. I'm joking, you don't pray, you don't hope, you just have to leave price to do what it wants to do. But it's a clean equal low, so like you anticipate price to go down here, especially after the run above that high. So I'll look for a run for this equal low. All right. What time frame do you what time frame do you trade off? I use the 1 hour and sometimes the 15 minutes, but mostly the 1 hour. Right, I'm not the 5 minutes guy. If I can scalp it, which I did on Tuesday, we got a scalp on Euro Pound here on a 5 minutes chart. We got a scalp right in here. In London session to go, not this one here. Now it's a scalp on the 5 minute chart, but that's if I see it. But mostly I'm trading the high time frame because I think I've shared this before. I trade the weekly expansion, one shot, one kill. That's how I trade. So I'm always looking at where the week is likely to go, and I trade in that direction. So my entry is always on the 1 hour or 15 minutes. So Euro Yen, we should see price go for that low. Give me a second. 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. Apologize. That was an important call that I had to pick. Let me go and check my Swiss yen. Cat Swiss. Awesome. Nice one. Let's go and take some partial again. Any question, any further question? Hang on. How do you trade a consolidation, or do you avoid it completely and wait for big moves out of it? To trade consolidation, you want to look at previous days highs and lows. Okay, so first of all, you have to be able to forecast that we are in a consolidation. How do you do that? There are times of the year that the market can go into a consolidation, which I think, if I give the dates to you guys, June, August, June, July, August mostly is going to be like a consolidation quarter. This quarter is mostly consolidation. There are pairs that actually move during this quarter. You just have to identify those pairs. If you happen to be on a pair that is consolidating, then I'm sorry, if we are in this quarter, right, June, July, August, and you happen to see a pair consolidating, know that it's normal, because that particular this particular quarter is mainly consolidation. But like I said, there are some pairs that move. You just have to find them. Okay. And then apart from that, you have December. The last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks of December can also be a consolidation period. And then the first 2 weeks of January. Again, that you have to find a pair that doesn't consolidate. There will be pairs that are moving. Mostly it's going to consolidate, and some pairs will move. So once you know these periods, okay, then you can expect market to consolidate, like we have going on right now. The last 2 weeks of June is mostly consolidation. So when that happens, you trade, you sell above previous day's highs and lows, or you wait for price to go above and break down, and then you sell short, or price to go below and then break a reverse above the it goes below the low and comes back above it, and then you buy, or you can buy below the low and or previous week's highs and lows. So to show you an example, this week was a beautiful one, which I got it right and I got it wrong. Because when the week started, this was my drawn liquidity here. So that DOL, drawn liquidity, for the analysis that I did, right? And it did get there, but I was looking for a continuation to the next one, but it didn't. Why? Because that was the previous week high. Okay, and then price broke down. So right here, it gave a market maker sell model, and boom, attack this original consolidation. Okay, and if you look inside the individual days and you highlight previous day low, previous day's high, and previous day's high here. Okay, and I think pretty much that's it. So previous day's low, previous day's high, you can see price runs here and then goes up, takes out this high, comes back down, right? And then previous week's high. So in a consolidation market, that's what you want to do. You want to sell above previous day's highs and lows, or previous week highs and lows. Nasdaq. Let's go over here. You can see I'm in a long on that one. Okay, so Nasdaq, I think we are going back down again. What I was looking for was I think it, okay, let me bring the indices up and then maximize this one. Where it turned around, it's normal. When I say it's normal, you're gonna understand why. So this is something that I use when price trades to 127. I expect it to trade to 0.50, but this it's a resistance level, it's a mitigation level. So if price hits it, okay, it can cause it to retrace. So you can view all this as retracement, but the moment with what is happening right now, the moment that happens, that's it. They don't want to go up again. So you're gonna anticipate price coming back down here and trade to old imbalance on the higher time frame. Why this level? Because this up candle is an imbalance. We don't want to see them trade through it. They have down here. So going forward, we are bearish, looking for price to come and attack this low. So on the lower time frame, this is what you have. You have breakdown. So we're gonna trade to OTE and original consolidation. So OTE, which will be somewhere here, and original consolidation. That's what I think will happen. The fact that they did not respect that imbalance on the daily time frame, the price is gonna go. They did the same thing up here. Okay, that was that imbalance that was supposed to hold, and then they traded through it right there. So then price was supposed to go to OTE here. There was really nothing there. So here we do have a gap. Right here there was nothing, and then they ganked for this low. So I think that's what this one is gonna do as well. It's gonna go here and then attack this low. So you can apply, I like doing it on S&P. You can apply the same thing for NASDAQ. Any more questions? Because now I'm way past my time. Let me make an announcement to take another partial on this trade. Man, I would advise you guys, right? For those of you on YouTube, if you are not part of our VIP members, try your best to join us, okay? Because the value that they get over there is beyond in my opinion, they get way too much. Way too much. So if you're contemplating, join us in the live sessions, right? Because everything that I'm doing here, right, I do it every day. So because you guys just get it on a Tuesday and a Thursday, right, you mostly gonna miss out on the things that I do between the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So there'll be gaps. Okay, this was a beautiful trade I talked about yesterday during the London session. Let me activate this. Okay, yesterday London session, we formed a low, and I said once we close this candle, I'm gonna buy to attack this to go up here, and that's exactly what it did. Right. So yeah, and these are trades, right, that I personally cannot send every single trade that I see to you guys. Now, most of you might trade some weird pairs. Um, I just send what I think, in my opinion, right, what is going to move based on things that I look at. Like you saw in my journal that I do look at few things, right? So I give you what I think is gonna move. But the live session itself, because it's happening live right there and then, those are also going to be very, very valuable and very powerful. You just have to be um, doing your own analysis on that pair. So when I talk about this, right, I recommend that it's a pair that you trade. You're not just gonna take it because I am saying it, right? So, a little advice for those that wants to join us. You have to have the pairs that you look at on a daily basis, on a const, constant basis. And then when I'm doing the live session, whatever I'm going to say on that pair, okay, should match up with what you're looking at, because you you are around me, so you're gonna be doing the same thing. If it doesn't match, then you don't do anything, or you go with your own opinion. But mostly, I'm not gonna lie, mostly I'm right. Okay, so chances are I'm gonna be right. So if it's a pair that you trade, then it goes a long way to help you, right? We have one guy that trades mostly gold. So anytime I do give analysis on gold, that's what he focuses on. And then we have someone that trades just euro and pound. So when I give analysis on euro and pound, that's what he focuses on, and everything else is just like studies, right? He's looking at how I'm doing it and then apply the same things on his own trading. Okay. um, those that come in simply for the signals, they don't last. I'm gonna tell you that now, um, because the signals itself is not what makes you a great trader. It's the process that I use is what you need to learn and also apply the same thing. Okay, because I'm human. I'm bound to make errors. Um, you are human as well. You're bound to make errors. So it doesn't make me superior to you, because I have a family and I have a life. Things can get into my head and I might look at things in a wrong way on a particular day or particular week, right? So if you know how I do it, you could probably do it better than I do, right? Okay, so that is just a small word of encouragement. I forgot I promised I was going to do a controversial psychology trading psychology session. Maybe with I'll have a word and then see if next Tuesday or next week Friday, because next week Friday is NFP. Um, I'll probably do it next week Friday because it's NFP. We'll not be doing anything, and then I'll use that to give the YouTube members that controversial trading psychology. Okay. How do you join the private group? If you are in the Discord, just message the admin. Okay, message the admin, or I can drop you a link and you can use that link to join. Give me 1 second. always run to this guy. Okay. Right, I've just sent you a link. You can use that to join. If you want to join the Discord, I think if you go, let me see if I can create. Okay, you can use this one to join the Discord. And once you join the Discord, you can direct message me as well. And also, if you want to join the private group, you can use the link that I provided. If you do use the link, I will get a notification that you've signed up, and I'll take you through some induction. Okay, I'll take you through some induction to give you what you need to do once you join, because you need to align yourself with the way I trade, and there is a educational section that we've recorded most of the sessions. It's purely for education, so you can know how I trade. When I talk about certain things, you understand, and then from there we can continue the journey. But if you don't sign up with that link, I will not see that you sign up, so you will have to then DM me. Okay, so pretty much that's it from me for today. So thank you guys. You can't see the link. I've sent it in the chat. It's gonna come. Let me know if you've seen the link. Have you seen the link? Both the Discord and the website. All right, cool. So that's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Um, and I'll touch base with you hopefully next week. Um, next week, Friday, because I'll try my best to get that day so we can actually talk about trading psychology. Lots of great insight to be gleaned from that. We've actually we have it down as a part of the educational videos. And the last one that I did is in the educational video. So if you join, you can just watch it. Probably the first thing you need to watch if you join us, watch that psychology lesson first. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.